for the Stay High Senior Wrestlers. Our first athlete is Griffin Gardner. Griffin is a skillful athlete and was a pleasure to coach. He had great focus in the wrestling room. Griffin filled in at several weight classes against some very tough opponents and always gave it his best. After graduation, Griffin plans to attend college, major in either business administration or entrepreneurship. Griffin is escorted by his parents, Dr. Brad Barter and Callie Porterfield. Kyle Engel. Kyle is a true gentleman and a multi-sport scholar athlete. Kyle is also an Eagle Scout. He has done a wonderful job at the heavyweight position this year, filling in for the injured Drew Lennis. After graduation, Kyle plans to play lacrosse in college. He is escorted by his parents, Paul and Gail Engel. Brett Fields. Brett is a tremendous young man, gentleman, athlete, absolute joy to coach. 3-year starter at State College High School. Brett made great strides with only 4 years of wrestling experience. His only fault was he had trouble keeping track of the time. Brett, after graduation, plans to attend Penn State University. He's escorted by his parents, Jack and Lori Fields. Marcel Francis. Marcel is a dedicated, reliable athlete, willing to help the team at all times. He was a pleasure to coach, a joy to coach. Marcel will be missed by the coaches and teammates alike. He was a wonderful teammate and competitor. Marcel is still undecided on his career path after graduation. He is escorted by his parents, Jamal Saunders and Trista Shoten. Pete Hafner. Pete is a throwback to a different era, a true 3-sport athlete. He excels at all. He reminds me of my old teammate, 2-time state champion Larry Sewell. He's a joy to coach, tremendous attitude. We know he'll be a success. As a side note, the Hafner family and my family, the Sefter family, have a relationship that goes back greater than 60 years. After graduation, Pete plans to attend Lehigh University, study business, and play football. He is escorted by his parents, Stephen and Amy Hafner. Drew Lennis. one of our more exciting wrestlers, even at the heavyweight position. Surprising quickness for a big man. He is a multi-sport athlete, marvelous zest for life. His talent, his smile, his enthusiasm will be missed by all. Drew is still undecided on his career path after high school, and is escorted by Steve and Debbie Bliss. Max Bate. I guess he has a little entourage there. Max is an exchange student from Belgium. It's a pleasure to have in the wrestling room. He's a well-conditioned, strong athlete. Unfortunately, he only had just 3 months of wrestling experience. After graduation, Max plans to attend college and study architecture. He is escorted by his parents, his host parents, Greg and Crystal Buttermilk. Jacob Hammer. Jacob is a true scholar athlete, a young man with high scholastic rank, a 3-year starter with excellent athletic skills. He has faced some very tough competition, but never, ever quits. After graduation, Jacob plans to attend college. He's escorted by his parents, Scott and Cheryl Hammer. John Rocco. John is the most coachable young man in the wrestling room. He made wonderful strides as a wrestler, and I consider my friend. John embodies courage and perseverance. John will be greatly missed by me and others. After graduation, he plans to attend Penn State University. I think John will be an excellent coach someday. He is escorted by Stephanie Coker. Adam Stover. Adam is a wonderfully dedicated athlete with a great skill set. We had high hopes for Adam this year, and the year is not over as he qualified for the States last year. A shoulder injury has plagued his senior year, but we're hoping he can rally by tournament time. After graduation, Adam plans to attend Penn State University, majoring in journalism. He is escorted by his parents, Barbia and Jeff Stover. And this, last but not least, Matt Vivas. Matt is an explosive wrestler with great strength, a two-sport athlete still reaching his untapped potential. Matt, you will be missed. He was a great partner for many other heavyweights in the wrestling room. He is undecided of his career path after graduation and is escorted by his mother, Jennifer Beats. Let's have another round of applause for our senior state hall wrestlers.
Senior night festivities wrapping up, preceding our match tonight between the State College Little Lions and the Bellefonte Red Raiders. They're taking it to the mat. First, some high school wrestling. Brandon Pelter here with John Gross. John, the match just moments away. What is your bout to watch?
At 182, you have Cole Irvis from State College, 21-0 on the season, going up against James Boland. Be a big-time matchup. The Little Lions have been struggling on the season, only 7-10. But Irvis, like I mentioned, undefeated, trying to stay that way.
That's where we will start tonight at 182, and this Bellefonte team is awfully solid. We'll see the match in just a few moments again here at State College Area High School Senior Night. We'll see if the Red Raiders can put a damper on the Little Lions' spirit.
with the need of most players, teams, spectators, or officials are not in the high side fields of interscholastic education and amount to tolerate. Thank you for your cooperation. For your convenience, restrooms are located in the lobby to the left of the entrance doors, and the concession stand is also available. Should you need assistance, please contact an usher, ticket taker, security personnel, or a uniformed police officer. Thank you, and enjoy the match. again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to State High, home of the Little Lions. Tonight, we welcome the Red Raiders to Bellefonte for this varsity wrestling match. Before the official begin and start of the varsity wrestling match, we will have several exhibition bouts.
Starting here at 182, it's Irvis and Boland, the State High Little Lions, in the maroon singlets. Red Raiders in red and white. Irvis, just a sophomore for the Little Lions, undefeated 21-0, John.
Yeah, very impressive. Bright future ahead of him here in State College.
And Boland gets the takedown, getting some back points here on Irvis early in the first period. About 40 seconds gone by, 1:20 left to go. And it's a 2-0 lead, but back points to come here.
And this is a must-win for State College. 7-10 coming into this. Bellefonte 18-2. The Red Raiders clearly have the team advantage.
And the pin is an early win there for Boland, and the Red Raiders get it going quickly.
And that's a big upset, and that's going to set the tone for this match as well. Like I mentioned, Irvis, the top wrestler on this State College side, he goes down. Could be smooth sailing from here for Bellefonte.
And so a pin in 49 seconds for James Boland, and the Red Raiders with a quick start. Next jumping in at 95, it's Lakety and McChesney. Try to get in on the single leg and drive him down. He does. 2 for the takedown, and Bellefonte ahead 2-0. 30 seconds into this first period. So a correction there just in our exhibitions early on before we start the competitive wrestling between both of these squads.
Keep forward, John. Keep forward. There you go. Pressure. Nice job. Pressure half. That's there. That's there, John. There you go. Up the side. Up the side. There you go. Run it. Up the side, John.
Not his elbow, not his arcing.
There you go, John. Keep going.
Keep going, keep going.
There you go. Chest, 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 chest. Yeah, John.
Check that elbow to the head.
Lift the head.
Slide the chest back.
Yeah!
We're always the opposite way.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, will you please rise for the playing of our national anthem? Tonight's varsity wrestling match will begin at 182 pounds. For the Red Raiders at 182 pounds, James Boland wrestling Little Lion Cole Irvis. In the 195-pound bout, Red Raider Brian McChesney wrestling Little Lion Jacob Nickty. At 220 pounds, either Red Raider Max Mundy or Sean Irvin wrestling Little Lion Pete Hafner. At 285 pounds, Andrew Davidson wrestling Little Lion Kyle Engel. At 106 pounds, Red Raider Alex Copo wrestling either Little Lion Ben Crick or Clayton Lighty. At 113 pounds, Red Raider Cole Stewart wrestling either Crick or Lighty. At 120 pounds, Red Raider Ryan Smith wrestling Little Lion Jacob Panther. 126-pound bout, Red Raider Nate Work or Zach Taylor wrestling Little Lion Isaac Sutherland. At 132 pounds, Keegan Rothrock for the Red Raiders wrestling Little Lion Jason Sewage. At 138 pounds, Red Raider Cam Copo wrestling Little Lion Seth McMahon. In the 145-pound bout, Red Raider Brock Port wrestling either Little Lion Marcel Francis or Zach Price. At 152 pounds, Red Raiders, Chase Gardner, Logan Simpson, or Trey Fishburne, wrestling Little Lion, Ryan Coons. At 160 pounds, Red Raider Lucas McClure, wrestling either Little Lion Brett Fields or Ian Barr. At 170 pounds, Red Raiders Mason Cooper, Andrew Howe, Caleb Putnam, or Austin Smith, wrestling either Fields or Barr. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the match. Your Little Lions are coached by Mr. Ronnie Cummings, Red Raiders by Mr. Mike Beatty, and tonight's official, Mr. John Lauer.
So after 3 quick exhibition matches, the lights are off. One single light on the center mat, and we'll start at 182. It'll be Cole Irvis for State High, and James Boland for the Red Raiders of Bellefonte. The away team, the Red Raiders, donning the white and red singlets. And it's Irvis going in, trying to get this single leg, and takes him down for 2. Just 20 seconds in here. Irvis is undefeated thus far, just a sophomore.
State College will need Irvis to put together a strong performance to rack up those team points. As a whole, they are certainly the underdogs in this match against Bellefonte.
Irvis tries to get the turn, can't quite get him around. He leads 2-0. 40 seconds gone by in the first period of our first bout of the day at 182. Now he's got Boland in some trouble. Nearing the pin here, and he's got it. 53 seconds in, the pin comes for Cole Irvis, and State College takes an early 6-0 lead.
Can't say I'm surprised by that result. Irvis now 22-0 on the season. You mentioned only a sophomore, very bright future ahead of him, but that's big. Team points, got a nice 6-point advantage after the first bout.
Now it's Leakey and McChesney at 195. Leakey for the Little Lions, McChesney for the Red Raiders. Quickly, McChesney trying to get control here. In the scramble, grabs a hold of the leg as they continue to turn at the center of the mat. 20 seconds in now, and McChesney's got control for the takedown, drives him down and bellies him out. Trying to go cross body. Here's McChesney, and he gets the turn. Back points to come, if not a pin. And there it comes, 36 seconds in. McChesney gets the pin over Leakey, and we're tied at 6. And wow, what a way to start, John.
Exactly, that's the response you're looking for if you're Bellefonte. You overcome that 6-0 deficit pretty much right away. And from here, State College will have to pull off some upsets if they want to win this match as a team.
Now to 220, it's Pete Hafner for the Little Lions, a standout on the football field. He'll be wrestling at playing football at Lehigh next year.
19-2 on this season, and we'll see how Hafner utilizes that athletic ability in this match.
They come off the mat, back to the center they go. And it's Sean Irvin on the mat there for the Red Raiders. Still scoreless here through 25 seconds. In this bout, it's 6-6. The team scored 2 quick pins. The first Cole Irvis over James Boland just took him 53 seconds, and Brian McChesney for the Red Raiders one-upped him with a 36-second pin over Leakey. Now Hafner's got the single leg, trips him and takes him down for 2, and he's ahead 2-0, 40 seconds in here of the first period.
Very nice move there by Hafner, able to lift Irvin, put him on his stomach, and pick up 2 points.
Now 1:10 left to go in the first period. Hafner with a 2-0 lead. The lone takedown of this bout at 220 pounds. Again, team score tied at 6. 1 minute left to go here in the first period. Hafner tries to turn him, utilizing the hips there as he wraps around. And with 41 seconds, they come off the mat and will return center. Hafner will be on top, Irvin down.
And it's consistently been Pete Hafner on the advantage in this match, consistently pushing Irvin towards the out-of-bounds line.
So a caution here on Irvin. Didn't set the hands properly in front of that line. Hafner gets set and they restart. 40 seconds, a quick turn here for Hafner, and he's got back points, if not a pin, coming his way. 35 seconds left to go in the first period. And he lets him go here. And 3 near fall points for Pete Hafner. Now looking for more back points. 20 seconds left to go in the first period. A 5-0 lead for Pete Hafner, the senior, for the Little Lions over Sean Irvin of Bellefonte. First period comes to a close, a dominant 5-0 lead for Hafner. Team score tied at 6, and Hafner will choose down to start, looking to get that quick escape point and go back on the offensive.
And just like that first match, Pete Hafner, the leaders of this team, has to pick up some points here for his team. 19-2 on the season, favorite in this bout.
And the escape comes quickly, just 10 seconds. It's what it took Hafner to get out, and he's ahead now 6-0, looking for at least a major decision here, and looks like he deserves it early on through the first period. In 25 seconds or so, it's been all Hafner. Little Lions 3-2 in their last 5 matches. They battled some injuries at heavyweight. Drew Linus, the senior, won't be wrestling today. It'll be Kyle Engel. Instead, he hasn't wrestled. Now Hafner in on the single leg. Lifts him here. We saw it earlier, and he got the trip for the first takedown. And there he gets it again. Another 2 for Pete Hafner. He's ahead 8-0, under a minute left to go here in the second period.
Great job by Hafner to use his length to sweep Irvin down onto the mat, and he's been dominant so far, as expected.
Little Lions coached by Ryan Cummins, a former Nittany Lion. Penn State wrestler, and a stall comes here against Irvin. That's his first. Irvin on bottom just has not been able to get away from Pete Hafner, the senior. Now 20 seconds left to go. Hafner leads 8-0 for the Little Lions, and we're knotted up at 6 here with the team score. Pins early on for both the Little Lions and the Red Raiders. Now 10 seconds left to go in the second period. Clock down to 3 seconds and 2. The horn blows, and it's an 8-0 lead heading to the third. Irvin will choose down. For Hafner, it was a quick takedown and then 3 near fall points, followed up in the second period by an escape and another takedown, and Irvin just has not been able to get out. So he tries here, but Hafner turns him. Some more back points to come, just 5 seconds into the third period. Ten seconds gone by. He's awarded 2 near fall points. And Hafner in again, looking for some more. The 10-0 lead, 1:35 left to wrestle here. He's got the count again going for him, and near the turn here for Sean Irvin. He's had a tough time today on the mat. Hafner closer and closer to the pin, and he gets it. 1:23 left to go in the third period is when it comes, and now 12-6 the Little Lions lead.
And how about that perseverance from Hafner? He was close to picking up the pin multiple times throughout that match, finally able to finish off the job against Irvin. And a big victory as now the Little Lions go up 12-6 after 3.
3 bouts, 3 pins. This one comes at 4:37. This one has taken the longest. The 2 previous pins have taken less than a minute, and if you combine them, less than 2 minutes, so a quick first 2. This one took some time, but Hafner with the 12-6 victory.
285 pounds for the Red Raiders, Max Mundy, and your Little Lion, Kyle Engel.
So it's Max Mundy at heavyweight for the visiting Bellefonte, and Kyle Engel at heavyweight for the Little Lions. 20 seconds gone by here in the first period. No score between Mundy and Engel. We mentioned Drew Linus earlier of the Little Lions. He's not wrestling. He's been injured.
Engel coming off a pin in State College's last match against Central Dauphin East.
Scoreless through 45 seconds here of the first period of our heavyweight bout. Again, we started at 182 here from State College Area High School. Now 1 minute left to wrestle in this first period. It's a 12-6 lead for the Little Lions, but scoreless in this heavyweight bout.
It's been the most even bout so far. Both wrestlers have pretty much been in the neutral position for the whole bout.
A lot of times you'll see in that first minute or so, both wrestlers circling, trying to get a read on each other, and now they go in with the collar ties. 30 seconds left in this first period. Engel tries to get something with a head snap, can't quite get it, and he turns in. But Mundy quickly spins out of it. On the edge of the mat here, just 20 seconds left, still scoreless in this heavyweight bout. And a stoppage here, 13 seconds left to wrestle. They'll return center and stay neutral. So scoreless through the first period. Red Raiders get the decision, and Mundy will choose down to start the second. So look for at least an escape point to break the scoreless knot here. Tries to get it to his feet, but Engel breaks him down. Good job there for the senior, and 3-1. Continues to ride him out on top. 20 seconds gone by in the second period, and Mundy has not been able to do much to escape here. Engel prying there, trying to get the shoulder and trying to turn him. .120 left to go, still scoreless here. Mundy started on the bottom in this second period, has not been able to do much. Engel trying to work him, but hasn't seen much success either, with 1:10 left to go in the second period. .60 seconds gone by, 60 seconds left in the second period, and halfway through this bout, we are still scoreless. Little Lions with a 12-6 lead, 3 pins, 2 for State High, and just 1 for the visiting Red Raiders.
Mundy doing a nice job on the mat to keep his shoulders off the mat, as Engel's having a difficult time picking up points, even though he is on the offensive position.
Now 30 seconds left to go in the second period here, and Engel's looking at a full second period ride out here at heavyweight. Tries to get the turn. Now Mundy to his feet, but Engel throws him right back down with 15 seconds left to wrestle in the second period. Mundy back to his feet, 2 seconds and 1, and he can't get the escape point. That'll be Engel's turn, and he will choose to start down here with 2 minutes left to wrestle, still scoreless at this heavyweight bout.
Seemed like Mundy was going to get that escape point twice throughout that second period, but Engel did a nice job to maintain a firm grip and see in this third period if someone could break through.
Once Mundy got to his feet, just didn't have enough time. Now quickly, Engel up to his feet, breaks the wrist, tries to get out, and he does. An escape point here for Kyle Engel gives him the lead. 10 seconds into the third period, 1:50 left to wrestle, but still a lot of action left here and just a 1-0 score in favor of State High and Kyle Engel. When they've been neutral, Engel's tried to go for the collar ties, tried to get some head snaps, but hasn't been all too effective yet. But when it comes to this third period, that's when you tire out your opponent. And Mundy seems like he could be a little tired here with 1:18 left to wrestle.
And I think that's the goal right now for Engel. Just withhold the attack from Mundy, whatever Mundy has left in the tank. And if Engel can hold on, he'll come out with another victory for State College.
With 1:05 left to go, Mundy is going to have to start to go on the offensive, take some shots. A takedown would give him the lead here. They come off the near side, near the scorer's table. 54 seconds left to wrestle at heavyweight. It's Engel of State High with a 1-0 lead off the escape to start the third period. Now 45 seconds. Mundy tries to shoot in, but some nice defense there. Fight that one off in 42 seconds now left to wrestle, and Mundy needs to go into desperation mode to get a takedown. Mundy fakes a shot in. Now 25 seconds left to go. Some fans calling for stalling. Nothing here though. 20 seconds left now, and Mundy has to go. He's down 1-0 to Kyle Engel of the Little Lions. Now a stall warning comes as they come off the mat. That stall comes against Engel. It's his first. Now 10 seconds left to wrestle. Going in for the takedown. Mundy can't quite get control. 5 seconds left to wrestle now. 3 seconds and 2 and a takedown. He gets it. And that's a takedown there for Engel with 1 second left to wrestle. Strong out of the scramble there for Kyle Engel.
Yeah, picking up 2 more big points there. He could have just sat there with the 1-0 lead. Instead, nice job being defensive, then turning that into some offense, picking up 2 big points for State College.
So 3 third period points turns into a decision victory for Kyle Engel, and now a 15-6 lead for the Little Lions. Heading to 106 pounds, it'll be Clayton Leedy and Alex Copo. Leedy for the Little Lions, shoots in quickly on Copo, and in the scramble now. Leedy trying to get control on top there. 15 seconds gone by. The Lions with a 15-6 lead currently, and still scoreless here. 25 seconds in, and now up quickly is Copo. They still scramble, no control yet for either wrestler. Leedy tries to drive him down, can't quite get it. And now he's got 2 for the takedown for Leedy. Clayton Leedy, a freshman, 16-5 this season. He's ahead 2-0 over Alex Copo. And now they'll stop wrestling here. Potentially dangerous is the call, so they'll go back to the center. Copo will stay down with 53 seconds left to go here in this first period. And Leidy with the 2-0 lead on top. .45 seconds left to wrestle in the first period. Leidy with a 2-0 lead on that initial takedown. No escape for Copo yet, and he's bellied out. Leidy working for the turn. Here's some back points now. Can't get him though. 25 seconds left to wrestle. And Copo escapes free. They'll stop wrestling. There was a loose mouthpiece out on the mat. That was Leidy's.
Second time this bout that's happened. Leidy making sure to stay on top with the 2-1 lead.
15 seconds left to wrestle. Leidy shoots in. Fended off here by Copo. No takedown. Copo over the back of Leidy. Under 10 seconds now. 5 seconds left to wrestle. A 2-1 lead for Leidy. 3 seconds and 2, and it'll end at that as we head to the second period. Leidy decides for down. We'll work for that escape point in the second period here. He leads 2-1. Copo works the left leg, now up to the hips. 10 seconds gone by here in the second period. Leidy still leads it 2-1, working for the escape here. 1:30 left to wrestle in the second period. Copo doing a nice job on top, keeping Leidy down to the mat. Tries to belly him out. .110 left to wrestle now in the second period, and not much action thus far. No escape for Leidy. Copo's been in control on top here, trying to ride him out. He's done so for 60 seconds. Now he gets the turn. Now it's Copo who's in some trouble. And they'll come off the mat and reset at the center. So 4-1, a reversal for Leidy.
Down by 3, Copo, 25 seconds to go in the second period. Needs to pick up something. He goes down to the bottom. An escape point would be huge for him at this point.
It's 4-1. Leidy leads. An escape would make it 4-2, and Copo would just be a takedown away. They'll add some time back onto the clock. It dribbled down to 25 seconds. They'll put it back up at 36, and now down to 30 seconds left in this second period. The Little Lions with a 15-6 lead, 2 pins, and a major decision for the Little Lions. Just 1 pin for the Red Raiders. Clock at 15 seconds left to go here in the second period. Now under 10 seconds, Leidy tries to keep him down. It'll be Copo with the decision. Most likely will choose down as time expires here. Leidy with a 4-1 lead. Quickly, Leidy drives him down. 5 seconds gone by, and it's Copo bellied out on the mat here. He's going to need an escape of some sort and then to shoot in to tie this one up at 4. Currently, Copo trails 4-1 as Leidy tries to turn him. Can't quite get him, though.
And again, we're seeing the Little Lions' best wrestlers early on, so they need to pick up these points. The ladies 16-5 of the season. You saw Hafner and Irvis, who were 19-2 and 21-0 respectively. So 3 of the top guys in this team, and doing a good job to get their team ahead over Bellefonte.
Now 1:20 left to go in the third period. Leidy with a 4-1 lead over Alex Copo of Bellefonte. Looking to add 3 more points. Little Lions, they currently lead it 15-6 over the Red Raiders, and a stall is called here. I believe this one will go on Leidy. Now 1 minute left to wrestle in this third period, and Copo needs the escape to get himself back into this one. Looking for the turn, and now potentially dangerous, and they'll reset here as that left arm got caught up and almost spun around. And a caution here on Leidy. And another caution here, and you gotta wait for that whistle. Clayton Leidy possibly not getting set in the right position, maybe too low there on the hips.
Copo's gonna need a quick escape, then to go on the attack, try to get a takedown. At this point, only 40 seconds to go in the third period. It's gonna be tough for him to overcome this deficit.
Leidy just keeping him bellied out here. Copo having a tough time doing much on bottom with 30 seconds left to go. Now Leidy goes looking for the turn for some back points here. He leads it 4-1, 25 seconds left to go here in the third period. 20 seconds left now to wrestle. Little Lions with a 15-6 lead, and Clayton Leidy with a 4-1 lead over Alex Copo. Currently 10 seconds left in the third period. Just 3 seconds left here. It doesn't look like Copo can do much. And as this bout wraps up, a 4-1 victory, a decision for Clayton Leidy, and now an 18-6 lead for the Little Lions. And it's still definitely manageable for the Red Raiders, but they'll have to get started here at 113 pounds.
Yeah, this is the point of the match where Bellefonte certainly can come back. Like we mentioned, 3 of the best wrestlers for State College out of the way. Bellefonte down by 12 team points. Have to start making up that deficit now.
Now quickly Stewart takes him down and gets the pin just 11 seconds in. Cole Stewart's got it 18-12. Now just a 6-point lead for the Little Lions, and that pin was impressive from Cole Stewart, who is a 20-match winner for the Red Raiders.
And yeah, the coaches, when we spoke to them earlier this week, they mentioned Cole Stewart as somebody to look out for. That's why a very quick pin, 11 seconds into the bout, and that's it. That's the response that you need for Bellefonte.
So 18-12, the Little Lions still ahead, but the Red Raiders with a little momentum here as we go to 120 pounds. It'll be Jacob Pammer, a 3-year starter for the Little Lions. He'll wrestle against Brian Smith. So we've seen 6 bouts, and we've seen 4 pins here early on. So 4 of 6 have been decided by fall. 125 left to go, and as 40 seconds tick off the clock here, it's almost a surprise. We haven't seen a wrestler get turned.
It really is, and like you meant, we've seen some very good wrestlers go already. The match goes on, I'd expect to see more bouts, more reminiscent of this one.
105 left to go here between Pammer and Smith. Pammer of the Little Lions, a 3-year starter, and Smith for the Red Raiders at 120 pounds. Now under a minute left and still scoreless here.
Pammer in his final home match. That just adds a little bit extra to this bout.
You mentioned it, it's senior night here Those of you just tuning in, those festivities began before this match. All the seniors came out with their families, were congratulated for their 4 years here. As they come off the mat again and will return to center with 27 seconds left in the first period. Still scoreless on our 7th bout of the night, and it's with 10 seconds left in the first period. It looks like we'll go to the second scoreless.
Neither wrestler in that first period able to get much of their opponent's legs. That's been a difficulty for these two wrestlers, and as Pammer goes down to the bottom, trying to get the escape point, put him on top.
So scoreless here at the start of the second period. You mentioned Pammer on bottom, Smith on top. Smith for the Red Raiders, Pammer of State High. Tries to go to his feet, but Smith throws him back down. 20 seconds gone by. Now 1:20 left to go in the second period, and Pammer really working to get out, but a nice job by Smith on top to keep him down. Now to his feet, but tripped right back down to the mat. A nice effort from Brian Smith of the Red Raiders to not allow the escape point through the first 60 seconds here. Off the mat they go and back to the center. .48 seconds left to go here in the second period. Pammer hasn't been able to escape.
Smith continuing to drive Pammer into the ground, maintain control. Now he brings the leg around.
That's how he's kept him down. Whenever it seems like Pammer tries to get away, grabs a hold of the leg now, and right near the escape on the edge of the mat as Pammer turns in, tries to take control. Nothing yet, still hasn't escaped. They come off the mat and will return center, so Pammer has tried to diligently get away with just 19 seconds left here in the second period, but it seems like whenever he's just a step away, he's on the edge of that mat and steps off.
Yeah, and Smith had him by the ankle. Just a few more inches and that would have been point there for Pammer as he tried the escape. Now with 12 seconds to go, looks like we might have another scoreless period.
Still scoreless, nothing doing in the first period, and it looks like nothing doing here in the second with 5 seconds, now down to 2 seconds and 1. And Smith rides him out the entire second period. An impressive job by Brian Smith, and now heading to the third, it'll just take 1 point for Smith and to get the escape here to take the lead. Pammer gets set, and we're underway here in the third period. Still scoreless between Pammer and Smith, the Little Lions, with an 18-12 lead, and it seems like a good lead, but we've seen anything can happen here, and that lead can be cut down to nothing with just a pin.
We really haven't seen Pammer in control very much in this bout, so we'll see what he's able to do, but so far trying to turn Smith on his back, unable to do so.
Pammer working up high, trying to get the turn here with the left arm control, but can't quite get it. 35 seconds gone by here in the third period. 1:20 now left to wrestle and still scoreless. Pammer starts to turn him now. Get a 1 count, now 2, and he's got some near fall points to come his way. And it'll be 2 near fall points for Jacob Pammer. A nice start to this third period. It was scoreless, and now a 2-0 lead for Pammer and the Little Lions. Looking to turn him some more, working up high now on the head. It's Jacob Pammer. Pammer tries to turn around the waist again. As they come off the mat, will return center. Pammer, a senior, 14-8 this season. So 41 seconds left to go. We'll take an escape and a takedown from Smith to take back this lead. Pammer again gets the near fall count. He'll get some more back points. Got a 3 count right now. 25 seconds left to wrestle. Our referee holding on to a few near fall points, looks like 2. And now a 4-0 lead for Pammer with under 10 seconds to go. Now the escape here. Looking for a late takedown is Smith. With 1 second left, he won't get it. So a 4-1 victory for Jacob Pammer. What was certainly a tightly contested bout.
Pammer just came through clutch in the end. A few nice takedowns, and Smith had an escape, but it was too little too late, only picking up 1 point in that bout. State College continuing to extend that lead, now lead by 9.
Now to 126 pounds. Now wrestling at 126 pounds, Red Raiders, Nate Worth, Little Lion, Isaac Sublet.
Nate Wirt here for the Red Raiders. Adam Stover, Little Lions. Takedown here for Wirt gives him the 2-0 lead. Wirt doing a good job to keep him down here. And we'll have a stoppage for some blood. .112 left to go here. At 126 pounds. 2-0 lead for Nate Wirt in the first period. And it's not Adam Stover, it's actually Isaac Sublet, the sophomore wrestling for the Little Lions. Stover injured, was a 2016 state qualifier. Now Sublet goes down. He is winless this season. Wirt continues to ride, holding on to a 2-0 lead with 1:05 left to go here in the first period. 21-12 lead for the Little Lions here through 7 bouts. Now getting a turn here is Wirt. He's got near fall points, looking for the takedown here, and he's got Sublet in trouble. Waiting for the count, 32 seconds left. Plenty of time here in the first period to get the pin, and he's got Sublet in a lot of trouble here. Now 25 seconds left to go. And he gets the pin with 20 seconds left to go. Comes at 1:40. And it's 21-18, just like that.
Wirt able to roll Sublet over on his back, keep him there for just long enough. And Sublet just got a little bit too tired at the end of that one, as Wirt able to finish off the job and get another pin for Bellefonte.
we go to 132 pounds. It's Jason Zuich, the Little Lions, and Keegan Ruthrock for the Red Raiders. Just a quick recap. We started at 182 and Cole Irvis got the pin just 53 seconds in. Then at 195 it was Brian McChesney for the Red Raiders that got the pin in 36 seconds. Pete Hafner battled it out, and at the 4:37 mark in the third period got a pin and took the lead 12-6 for the Little Lions. Kyle Engel followed that performance up at heavyweight with a decision 3-0 victory. At 106 pounds it was Clayton Lighty with the 4-1 win with a first period and third period takedown. And then at 113, Cole Stewart, an impressive pin at just 11 seconds, made it 18-12, manageable here for the Red Raiders. Jacob Hammer then added 3 more points for the Little Lions to make it 21-12. And finally, what we just witnessed at the 140 mark, Nate Wirt with the pin at 140. Back points to come here for Ruthrock on Zuich. He's got him in a tough spot. It's a 2-0 lead now, and some near fall points to come. 35 seconds left. The Little Lions lead it overall 21-18. And Ruthrock with a 2-0 lead, but he's got some near fall points hanging in his back pocket if he doesn't get the fall here. So 3 near fall points gives Ruthrock a 5-0 lead over Jason Zuich.
Zuich also winless on the season, as Ruthrock just making work of his opponent at this point. We haven't seen Bellefonte with one of those big wins like State College had early on. You look back at Pete Hafner's performance, but this is a chance for them to jump out on top for the first time tonight.
We started quickly. 3 pins started us out today, or earlier tonight, I should say. Just went through the recap moments ago, and now Ruthrock to choose down to start this second period. He leads it 5-0 with 4 more minutes of wrestling left to go. Quickly up is Ruthrock. He gets the escape. Six to nothing lead here for Keegan Ruthrock. And a takedown here for Zuich. He's not going to go down quietly. It's 6-2, 1:35 left to wrestle. Zuich still in control, no escape yet for Ruthrock. See, he climbs to his feet, and now he's got it. Zuich looking for another takedown, and he's got 2 more. Excuse me, Ruthrock gets it, and he gets the pin. 1:17 left to go here in the second period, and the pin comes at the 2:43 mark for Ruthrock in what was a very solid performance. And now the Red Raiders with a 24-21 lead, their first of the evening.
It's a big win for them, and I think at this point we have about 5 matches left. Looks like Bellefonte could take this one.
Seth McMahon and Cam Copo. McMahon for the Little Lions. Copo for the Red Raiders, and Copo with a quick takedown. Mentioned this could be another one for the Red Raiders, and Copo, a senior. One of the top wrestlers on this squad is Coach Mike Maney, told us earlier today. .30 seconds gone by, a 2-0 lead for Cam Copo. Copo working on the turn. He's got that left arm locked around with 1:15 left to wrestle here in the first period. Now 1 minute left, a 2-0 lead for Copo. On the early takedown, Seth McMahon, and they'll return center. They come off the mat, man down. 58 seconds left to go here in the first. Now Copolo's got him in trouble here. Near fall points to come. He leads 2-0 currently. It looks like he'll have 3 more near fall points coming his way, if not the pin. 15 seconds left to wrestle here in the first period. And McMahon avoids disaster for the moment being. 5 seconds left now to wrestle, looking for the pin. 4 seconds, now 3 seconds and 2, and he won't get it, but he will get some back points coming his way. 3, and that'll give him a 5-0 lead heading into the second period.
McMahon saved by the bell in that period as there were about 15 more seconds. You have to imagine that Copolo would have came away with the pin, but now with Copolo on the bottom, quick escape, and he'll have a chance to pull off the pin. 2 minutes to go in the second period.
5-0. The escape here makes it 6-0 for Copolo. Second period. He goes back to work here. Front headlock on McMahon. .130 left to wrestle here in the second period. Copolo is 6-0 lead over McMahon. Now an 8-0 lead. So the Red Raiders looking to extend on their 24-21 lead. They were trailing up until that last bout at pin at the 2:43 mark for Keegan Ruthrock over Jason Zuich. .110 left to wrestle in the second period. An 8-0 lead for Copolo, and he'll start on top here on the restart. And a quick stoppage for blood here. And Nose and McMahon take a quick peek and plug that up. So, John, we've seen 8 or so bouts so far, and what have you really seen? What has changed the match?
Well, it's just been the fact that State College's top wrestlers were at the top of the lineup. This is a top-heavy lineup tonight. They came out with a strong lead, but since then, Bellefonte's been clawing back, and at this point, the Red Raiders have a nice opportunity up 8-0 in this individual bout to really pull ahead, and McMahon is a guy who won their last match. He won a decision at 138, and now he's really struggling to even pick up a point. So you have to give credit to Camp Copolo, one of the captains on this Red Raiders side.
And for the Red Raiders, their good wrestlers just continue. Brockport will be up next, and then Chase Gardner at 152. So these next 2 bouts look like they favor, at least early on, the Red Raiders, and that's just looking at it on paper. So a 24-21 lead, and now an 8-0 lead for Copolo looks to add a major decision here. The Red Raiders are looking like they're in good shape with that lineup as it comes up.
And that's the biggest difference between these two sides. Bellefonte 18-2 for a reason. They're 7-0 in the Mountain League. They have depth top to bottom. They can compete with anyone that they play, and State College is about 3 to 4 guys who can compete with anyone that they go against. Bellefonte, they could wrestle with the best of them.
Just last Saturday, the Red Raiders lost in the finals of the District 6 duels to Central Mountain. Now 15 seconds left in this second period. Still 8-0. Copolo leads McMahon. 5 seconds left. Looking for some late back points here. Doesn't look like he'll get it. And as the second period ends, it's an 8-0 lead for Copolo. So McMahon sets up on top here.
Another escape point there for Copolo. He's had a relatively easy time getting those escape points. He's had multiple escape points in this bout within 10 seconds of being underneath.
So 140 left to wrestle in the third period, and a commanding 9-0 lead for Cam Copolo over Seth McMahon at 138 pounds. McMahon with the front headlock, trying to get something going on the boundary here, just in front of the scorer's table, and they'll come off the mat and reset neutral, and Copo still with that 9-0 lead. And a stoppage here. Referee takes a look at the face of Cam Copo. McMahon again gets some treatment and will get bandaged up here with 1:09 left to wrestle in the third period.
Looks like there's some blood on the face of McMahon, and that's an area that bleeds heavily, or looks like they might be going to the shoulder as well.
So they'll clean that all up, and we'll resume wrestling with about 1:05 left to go here. And quickly in for two more is Copo off the restart. Now under a minute left to wrestle. He leads it 11-0.
And that restart seemed to give Copo a little extra energy as he came in flying.
They'll reset at the center of the mat with 45 seconds left to wrestle. Now, if you're Copo, you might think of just cutting him loose, give him the escape point, and go in for a few more takedowns, or you look for the near fall points here, something to get you closer to that 15-point lead in a technical fall.
Now, with only 33 seconds to go, though, might not have enough time to get to that 15-point mark, although he is starting to turn McMahon over on his back.
Grabs a hold of that shoulder, although McMahon able to squirm out of that with 20 seconds left, an 11-0 lead for Cam Copo over Seth McMahon at 138 pounds. Now 10 seconds left to wrestle. With 5 seconds, Copo will just hang on to this lead. A major decision for the senior, Cam Copo, over Seth McMahon, will give his team now a 28-21 lead, and it just gets tougher for the Little Lions with Brock Port for the Red Raiders coming up, and he'll go against Zach Price at 145 pounds. Price is junior, 7-13, but Port is a returning state place winner, committed to wrestle at Lockhaven, so he's certainly a tough guy to go against, especially down 7 points.
Another chance for Bellefonte to pick up either a major decision or a pin. Clearly, they have the advantage on paper in this one.
Brandon Pelter here with John Gross, CNET's coverage of high school wrestling. It's the Little Lions and the Red Raiders of Bellefonte, and a 2-0 lead here on the takedown there for Brock Port. His team leads it 28-21. And Port just going to let him go here, gives him the escape point. He's going right back in for it. And they'll center up again and restart with 1:40 left to wrestle in the first period. Port with a few fakes there. 30 seconds gone by in the first period. This gym eerily quiet, just waiting for something to happen as Port gets a hold of the left leg here of Price, who gets away from that, and it's 2-1. Port leads it. They'll recenter with 1:10 left to wrestle.
And it seemed like Port was going to grab that leg, try to go for the takedown, but Price able to escape out of it.
And now 2 points for the takedown there. Beautiful throw for Brock Port, gives him the 4-1 lead. They'll come off the mat and get right back to the center there. So Brockport awfully aggressive against the junior Zach Price. And Port's just going to signal that diamond there. He's just going to let Price go, give him that escape. Now 4-2. Tries to go back in, and he's got control. Throws him down for 2 more. It's 6-2. Port leads Price. .30 seconds left to wrestle here in the first period. A 28-21 lead for the Red Raiders. Overall, they were down at 1 point, 18-6. And then 2 pins brought them right back into it and gave them the lead. 6-2 lead here for Port. He's going to have some back points to come on Zach Price. Got a 2 count there, and he will get 2 near fall points. As the first period expires, it's an 8-2 lead for Port. He'll choose down to start the period. And a caution on Port. Just tried to jump the gun, get the quick escape, or even really the reversal.
And we haven't seen Port in that down position, but looks like he'll get out of it.
And he does. 10 seconds is all it takes for the escape. Port leads 9-2. In quickly with the front headlock on Price, trying to get in on the legs now. That wrist control tries to get him down, but nice defense from Price to back out as they come off the mat. 28 seconds into the second period. Brockport a 9-2 lead over Zach Price. Now Port in again for the takedown, up 11-2 on Price. 1:20 left to wrestle in the second period.
Port doing a nice job to use his leg to hook around.
Now potentially dangerous is the call, and Price will go back to the center down. Port on top. With 1 minute left to wrestle in the second period, it's been all Brockport, the Lock Haven commit. Ahead 11-2. The 2 just coming on escape points for Zach Price. Port continues to work away here on Zach Price, who was just hit with a stall warning moments ago. 11-2 lead, 15 seconds left in the second period, and Port seems like he'll ride him out here. Can't quite get the turn. Still working for it with 10 seconds left, and now he's got some back points, if not a pin to come. Back count starts 3 seconds and 2. Not enough time for the fall, but 3 near fall points extends this to a 14-2 lead for Brockport as we enter the third period. So Price will take bottom. Be interested to see if Port will just let him go here.
He's done that twice already in this bout, which has resulted in Price's 2 points.
That's what he'll do as he looks over to his coach, Mike Maney. Just lets him free, and it's 14-3 lead now for Brockport as he goes back in, working for the takedown, and he's got it. Now 16-3, he leads. And just 2 points away from a technical fall. 1:40 left to wrestle in the third period. Port peering over at his coach, see whether he should let him loose or go for the back points, looking for the turn here. In on the left side. of Price. Now swings himself over to the right. Has the arms up top in the headlock. 1:15 left to go in the third period. A commanding 16-3 lead for Brockport. A 28-21 lead for the Red Raiders as Port gets the turn, but Price spins over and back down flat. So another stall called here on Price. Gives Port another point. 17-3 is the lead. .45 seconds left to wrestle in the third period here. Port peers over at the scoreboard. And another stall, and it's 18-3. And that'll give a technical fall for Brockport. 2 stalls in the third period. Gives him 2 points in addition to a takedown for Brockport. And now a 33-21 lead for the Red Raiders. Doesn't get any easier here. Chase Gardner be the wrestler for the Red Raiders. He'll wrestle Ryan Coons at 152 pounds.
Gardner, a returning state qualifier from last season. He's also going to wrestle in college at Bloomsburg. So back-to-back collegiate wrestlers for this Bellefonte side.
And this is where it gets out of hand. You mentioned a little while ago that started at 182, and that's where the strength was for the Little Lions. And the takedown here for Gardner gives him the 2-0 lead. But then as the match went on, for the Red Raiders, they really got into the groove of things, and that's where they hit their strongest wrestlers.
And this is the meat of the Red Raider lineup. It was Copo, then Port, and now we see Gardner. So 3 of the top wrestlers on this team going back to back to back, and that's difficult for State College to overcome as we see Gardner going for the pin here.
50 seconds gone by, a 2-0 lead for Chase Gardner over Ryan Coons of State High. Gardner working up high. Now with 50 seconds left in the first period. Bellefonte brought a fan section here. Plenty of parents and fans here for both sides. From State College Area High School, the Little Lions trail 33-21. Bellefonte Red Raiders with the lead. And Chase Gardner is looking to extend that lead for the Red Raiders. Now 10 seconds left to wrestle here in the first period. A 2-0 lead for Chase Gardner. Turns him for just a moment, but Coons able to scramble back to his stomach. Time expires, not enough there for Gardner to try to get the turn. And Gardner will defer. Coons looks over at his coach and will take neutral to start this second period. That's the first time we've seen that all night.
And Coons at 1-10 on this season. Only down 2-0 to collegiate wrestler. Pretty impressive for him to stay on his stomach, not allow for a takedown, and definitely not allow for a pin.
Now 2 more for Gardner. A nice move there and gets the single leg and brings him down. It's 4-0, 1:40 left to go in the second period. With 30 seconds gone by, a 4-0 lead for Chase Gardner over Ryan Coons in this second period here. A 33-21 lead for the Red Raiders over the Little Lions. Gardner here really going to work, and you mentioned Coons has done a nice job. He's been down a lot, but he hasn't exposed the back. And that's been the name of the game here for him. We'll see if he can continue. With 55 seconds left in the second period, he trails 4-0.
And Gardner's been trying to get his legs on the outside, trying to flip over at Coons, but Coons just is not budging.
As they step off the mat, they'll return to center. Coons continues down. And Gardner will just give him the escape point here, and they'll start neutral. It's 4-1 with 45 seconds left to wrestle in the second. Quickly in on the double. Drives him down 2 more. It's a 6-1 lead for Chase Gardner. 30 seconds left to wrestle in the second. Gardner lets him up, and it's 6-3 now. Excuse me, 6-2. Gardner with a few head fakes, now in on the right leg. Brings him down, no takedown though. Coons with a nice hold of the right leg of Gardner. Now up and over, and Gardner takes advantage, and he leads 8-2 with 5 seconds left in the second. So an 8-2 lead as we start the third for Chase Gardner. He'll have the decision. He deferred to start the second period, and he'll choose down now, so a quick escape and go right back in for some more points. On the verge of a major decision. Up by 6 here is Gardner, but the thing is he's been in all control, and now the reversal, and it's a 10-2 lead just 10 seconds in. That was an awfully quick move there for Chase Gardner.
And you look at this matchup right now, Gardner clearly the aggressor, and Coons just looks tired. That escape was less than 5 seconds.
Now 10-3, and Gardner with another throw down. He's got some back points, if not the pin to come. 1:30 left to wrestle, so plenty of time in the third period here. Just waiting for the pin. Gardner in control. Trying to wear out his opponent, Ryan Coons, and he gets the pin. 4:42 is the time, and Chase Gardner, with an impressive performance, extends this lead to now 39-21, and the Red Raiders have put this one out of reach for the Little Lions with just 2 bouts to go.
And this is what we expected. We mentioned the depth, but Gardner doing a great job to stay on top throughout that match. In a difficult first period, but in the second, especially the third period, is where he took advantage, finishing off with another pin for the Red Raiders.
Now to 160 pounds, it's Lucas McClure. "20 seconds in here, scoreless, against Brett Fields. Fields working on the front headlock. Now a nice single leg for McClure to get the takedown there. And they'll return to center 2-0. McClure leads Fields. .112 left to go, first period here. A 39-21 lead for the Red Raiders in our 13th bout of the night. Senior night here at State College Area High School. Under a minute now to wrestle in this first period between McClure and Fields. McClure of the Red Raiders with a 2-0 lead. Fields tries to get up, a nice trip from behind there by McClure to send him back to the mat. 40 seconds now left to wrestle, and McClure sends him back, but can't get any near fall points there with 30 seconds left to wrestle in the first period. Now he gets the count at 3, 4, and now 5, so he'll have 3 near fall points to come here on the edge of the mat there. And now a 5-0 lead for Lucas McClure over Brett Fields.
Fields had that shoulder down, almost had both of them down. Would have been a pin, but able to get out of that. Still a big advantage now.
And a stoppage at with 12 seconds left to go. They'll reset here in the first period. McClure on top of Fields. They'll look to ride him out here. 5 seconds remain, now 3 seconds and 2, and the first period expires. A 5-0 lead for Lucas McClure over Brett Fields. And it'll be Fields with the option. He'll defer to the second period, or excuse me, to the third period. McClure chooses neutral, so we'll just hand Fields that point. Or excuse me, just chooses neutral. No point there.
Now we see Fields for the first time in this bout getting the legs, but a nice job by McClure to get out of that, and now he's in control.
So 6-2 now, McClure leads Fields. And as they go to neutral, McClure gets the escape point, working in on either wrestler with control at the edge as they go off. Head back to center, a 7-2 lead. .120 left to wrestle in the second period. McClure tries to work him and gets the takedown. Now a 9-2 lead. McClure over Fields with 1:05 left to wrestle here in the second. McClure able to really get the trip there to keep Fields down. Holds on to that 9-2 lead. Minute 25 gone by, 35 seconds left to wrestle in the second here. 39-21 lead for the Red Raiders. As they spin off the mat, McClure and Fields will head back to center. Fields will stay down. And 20 seconds now left to wrestle here in the second period.
Fields has just been on the ground for most of this bout. A few chances to escape as he tries to stand up here, but McClure just too strong, and another period goes for Bellefonte.
Now 9-2, McClure leads heading to the third period. They'll start upright here. 10 seconds gone by as Fields fakes a shot. Fields tries to get in again. Now McClure turning him, and he's got two. An 11-2 lead, and he's got near fall points to come as well. So a tech fall will be awfully close if the pin doesn't come first. 1:25 left to go in the third here. Waiting on the pin is McClure, and he gets it. 1:18 left to wrestle in the third. Pin comes at 4:42.
Bellefonte's wrestlers did a nice job of wearing down Little Lions, then finishing off the job in the third period. Now a 24-point team lead.
And at 170 pounds, it's Mason Cooper and Ian Barr. Ian Barr for State High and Cooper for the Red Raiders. Quick takedown for Cooper gives him the 2-point takedown. You mentioned a 24-point lead. It's 45-21. The Red Raiders with the lead over the Little Lions.
And Barr 14-7 on the season. Normally wrestles at 160, but he's up to 170 tonight, and he jumps out to a 2-0 lead early on with the takedown.
So it's Barr with the 2-0 lead over Mason Cooper of Bellefonte. 30 seconds into this final bout in the first period. Now Barr tries to turn him. With 1:20 left to wrestle, another attempt here at the turn, and can't quite get him to the back. As Cooper props himself up, and now a 1 count and 2, not enough there for near fall points. So Ian Barr trying to end the night on a high note for the Little Lions. They trail 45-21. Barr, a junior, 14-7 so far this season. And with 40 seconds left to wrestle in the first period, still a 2-0 lead for Barr over Cooper. Cooper just tries to tumble out of that one, can't quite get it. And with 27 seconds left in the first period, they'll return back to center. Cooper stays down. Now 20 seconds left to wrestle in the first period of our final bout of the day. And a healthy lead for the Red Raiders, 45-21. And a nice reversal here. No 2 points. Here it comes for Mason Cooper, and he's got him in trouble. But the first period comes to a close. A nice reversal there for Cooper. We're looking for back points, but did not get it. As the first period comes to a close, to the second we go. Cooper will start down.
Cooper very close to getting those shoulders on the ground. Barr had the advantage for most of that first period, but Cooper, like you mentioned, able to pull off the reversal.
So Barr will just let him up for the escape, and a 3-2 lead now for Mason Cooper over Ian Barr with 1:54 left to wrestle. In the second period, the wrestlers fly off the mat. No takedown. Some fans here wanted it for Ian Barr, but he doesn't get it. They'll return neutral with 10 seconds gone by here in the second period.
These two guys have wrestled near the edges of the mat a few times in this bout.
And Barr doesn't quite have control. Looked like he did for just a moment now. And he'll get a takedown and the pin for Ian Barr. Ending this match on a nice note for the Little Lions on senior night. The pin comes at 2:27 for Ian Barr, the junior, for the Little Lions. And the final here, 45-27. We go back through the tally here. It started out with a pin for the Little Lions. All was looking well. They were up 6-0. Cole Irvis got it started. But then at 195, Brian McChesney turned it around 6-6. They knotted it up. Another pin for Pete Hafner, and the Little Lions made it 12-6. And then from there, Little Lions continued to pour it on. 2 decisions made it 18-6. Then a pin for Cole Stewart. And a few more pins. Brian Smith with one to give them, or to make this one closer. And then the pin came with Keegan Ruthrock to make it 24-21, and something that the Red Raiders would really never look back from.
Yeah, Ruthrock, when he got that pin, that was it. And we spoke about it during the match. But the depth of this Bellefonte side is the reason why they're now 19-2 on this season, and it's why they came away with an 18-point victory over State College. Little Lions certainly have some talented wrestlers, but at the same time, they just don't have the depth top to bottom as their opponents did tonight.
We started at 182, and you mentioned it earlier, that was the strong spot for State High, but as it came down the stretch, it was the depth of the Red Raiders that gave them the 45-27 victory. from State College Area High School. The Red Raiders win it on the mat on senior night. They win it 45-27 for Jonathan Gross and all of our crew here at State High. Thanks for tuning in to CNET's coverage of high school wrestling.